And as I said, I think Ms. Meng has quite a strong case.
Over 40 minutes on Tuesday, Canada's ambassador to China repeatedly advocated for Meng Wanzhou's release. Now he's trying to walk back those comments, saying it was all a mistake. In a statement, John McCallum wrote, "I regret that my comments with respect to the legal proceedings of Ms. Meng have created confusion. I misspoke. These comments do not accurately represent my position on this issue." McCallum's earlier comments to the media undermined the Prime Minister, who for weeks has said there will be no political interference in Meng's case. Still, Justin Trudeau is standing by his embattled ambassador.
Our focus is entirely on getting those Canadians home safe and making sure that all their rights are respected. And I don't see and making a change would not help release those Canadians a day sooner.
Meng's arrest in December at the request of the U.S. has triggered a severe backlash from China. 2 Canadians have been detained and a third ordered executed over drug charges. While the government tries to ease those tensions, calls are getting louder for Trudeau to replace McCallum.
But what I think might happen and should happen is that the government looks to its bullpen, it looks to the next ambassador, and that maybe there is an early transfer in either the late spring or the summer.
The political fallout so far is quite harsh, but this extradition expert says from a legal standpoint, it doesn't look like the U.S. case against Meng has been tainted.
I think it's simply, as I said at the beginning, a commonsensical view of the facts as we know them to date, and that it's a very weak extradition case, but of course that has to be tested in the court.
Canada is now waiting for U.S. authorities to file the proper paperwork ahead of Meng's next court appearance in February. Rosie.
All right, Katie, are we getting a sense at this point about whether the Americans are upset or angry about John McCallum's comments?
After McCallum's comments really started picking up traction, a senior source tells me that the Canadian Embassy in Washington urgently started reaching out to senior American officials to try to reassure the Trump administration that Canada's official position had not changed, emphasizing that Canada is a rule of law country and that there will be no political interference in this case. So far, there are no explicit complaints from the Americans to report. Rosie.
All right, Katie Simpson tracking this story yet again tonight here in Ottawa. Thank you.
Thanks.
And we have new details today on the case of a Canadian sentenced to death just last week in China on drug smuggling charges. Robert Schellenberg's lawyer told CBC News he will appeal that sentence this coming Sunday, one day before time runs out. His lawyer says Schellenberg has remained calm since receiving the verdict, and he was able to meet Canadian consular officials 2 days ago. The appeal, though, could take months.